Even Kamala told you it's the butt hurt blues. No matter who, it's the butt hurt blues. No matter who, it's the butt hurt blues. No matter who, it's the butt hurt blue. It's the butt hurt blues. No matter who, it's the butt hurt blue. It's the butt hurt blues. No matter who, it's the butt hurt blues. You're wrong, Daddy. You're wrong, Daddy. You're wrong, Daddy. You're wrong, Daddy. Wait, crayons? Don't talk about crayons. Crayons? Crayons?
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
What's good, everybody? AB Media 83 here, and welcome to the Colosseum. Hope everybody's doing all right tonight. And the title of tonight's show, racism hasn't gone anywhere. Get over it. And I say get over it because, let's face it, most of the people watching this are black men. And if you don't know this country's still racist, I don't know what to tell you. You're slow. You might be a little slow. But we'll be talking about that. We're going to be talking about how evidently they have caught Charlie Kirk's killer. And turns out he's MAGA. And other things. Also, we're going to be talking about, evidently, Charlie Kirk had dealings with the small hats. And, oh dear. We'll get into that. Unfortunately, there have been some HBCUs who have been attacked because of the Charlie Kirk situation, even though it was a young Gen Z MAGA guy that did the crime. And yeah. Oh, let's not forget that Kamala Harris, shout out to Kamala Harris, even she said BGS was right. So take that however you want to take that. But even Kamala Harris said BGS was right. Basically, she said that, Joe Biden had no business running for a second term, but he did it anyway. But before we get into all that, we got to talk about sports for a little bit. What's going on, Snowman?
Hey, what's going on, AB?
I don't know if you saw my message. Your thoughts on evidently Yo Kang wants a trade.
I'm sorry?
Yo Kang wants a trade.
Just a minute.
Oh,
Let me.
Yo Kang wants a trade. What? Yo Kang wants a trade. What?
I think you figured out my answer.
Oh boy. What?
Matter of fact,
now that's some bullshit.
Oh man.
Let me think for a half a minute. Why should we give a fuck?
I don't even go to Indiana.
Why should we give 2/5 of a half a good goddamn if he wants a trade or not?
Yeah, good point.
I mean, he's already ruined the NBA and he's ruined it for 22 years. Jesus Christ. Don't get me started.
When I saw that, like, the Kang wants to be traded, I was like, we got to talk about this today. Yeah. For those you don't know who Yo Kang is, we're talking about LeBron James.
What?
Exactly. But no, on a more serious note, what is your outlook for the WNBA now that the season's over?
What?
That's not a good set. Oh, right. Oh, I know why you're saying what too. Damn. Oh, that's right. They dropped the bag, and the number one ad set's not going to be in the playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs. Well, she might be on the sideline. Go ahead,
Jim.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Although, to be fair, go ahead.
The WNBA just can't stop fucking it up.
They can't.
They push the wrong people. They don't protect who the real superstar is. They can't come to an agreement. What? Pay us what? Okay, pay us what? Turn a profit first. They're so close to turning a profit. And
you kind of borging a little bit, Snowman.
I'm sorry. Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. I was away from my microphone. I apologize. But hey, what's going on, Paul Wilson? But maybe if you protect Caitlin Clark and make sure she can play 44 games so all eyes can be on Caitlin Clark, which is against how some of my friends actually cover the league, and I don't blame them for how they cover the league. But Jesus Christ, look at the writing on the wall, for God's sakes. Caitlin Clark is in the WNBA for a reason. She didn't sign with Unrivaled a la Paige Beckers. She actually wanted to lift the WNBA up. But no, you decide, and I do mean what I'm about to say. They decided that since she's white and straight and can actually, I don't know, play basketball, they want to get rid of her. Don't be surprised if she walks in 2 years if the treatment doesn't change and the pay for her, fuck everybody else, the pay for her doesn't change. I said it, and I mean every word of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I said it, and I mean every word of it.
In your video that they had a chance to actually turn a profit this year, but they dropped the bag, as you like to say. They dropped the bag.
They dropped the bag. They fumbled they dropped the bag. They fumbled the ball, and they dropped they dropped everything. Good Lord. What does it take for people to realize that the WNBA, since Caitlin Clark has come into the league, fucked up.
Worldly.
Just a minute. Now, as I say on my morning show, give me this goddamn camera.
Mm-hmm.
AWNBA.
Oh, wait, wait, 1 second, 1 second. There you go.
AWNBA. This was your bag. That you dropping it. Again, what could be for the final time. Any questions?
Don't look good. I haven't really paid attention to college football. What's going on there?
Notre Dame's in a dogfight with Texas A&M. Indiana hung 73 on Indiana State last night.
Damn.
Oh, best part, Indiana State didn't score.
73 to zip?
73-0 was the final score in Bloomington last night.
Ouch.
Notre Dame and Texas A&M are 31 apiece. They just started the fourth quarter.
Okay.
LSU 10 up on Florida. They're in the fourth quarter. Ohio State won. They beat Ohio 37-9. So they'll retain the number one ranking. Arch Manning laid an egg, even though Texas won. But I'm just...
Wait, Arch Manning. Who? Okay, how's he related to?
He's related to Archie and Peyton and Eli.
Is he the younger brother?
Younger cousin, I think.
Oh, interesting.
And the leading Heisman Trophy candidate. That is for now.
For now, okay.
For now.
But 73 points. Let me put this in perspective for y'all. That's pretty much 10 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yep.
In one game.
In
10
one
touchdowns
game.
and a field goal in one game.
And Notre Dame just took the lead over Texas A&M 34-31. Purdue got blasted by USC.
That makes sense.
And Florida just threw another interception.
Oh, wow. Oh, a fun fact. I'm playing NCAA football, the last year's game.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, I'm doing a dynasty with Purdue.
Nice.
And
Oh, I forgot the most important game. In overtime, Georgia 44, Tennessee 41.
Also, the Bulldogs are in there, huh?
Yeah, the Dogs are going to move up.
Okay. But I'm playing with the Boilermakers, and unlike their real season, they don't suck.
And that's a good thing.
In fact, I just before I came on the stream, I shut out Oregon.
Nice. Yeah, speaking of Oregon, they beat up my Northwestern Wildcats today, 34-14.
Damn.
Yeah, it was 31-0 for a while. So Northwestern made it somewhat respectable.
Must have one hell of a track to get them players in there.
You know where Nike is based?
Oh, that explains a lot.
In Oregon.
Portland, Oregon, huh? Okay.
Not even Portland. It's right down the way from U of O's campus.
Interesting. Your thoughts on Colorado? They don't look too good.
I knew Georgia Tech would beat him. I called for Delaware to beat him, but Delaware dropped the ball. And I called for Houston to kick him in the ass.
Okay.
Coach Prime has already paid off his contract and bring in a ton of money, ton of registration. People want to go to Colorado, and that's going to happen for a lifetime. I understand that. BGS made me see that, and he's absolutely right. But after what I saw last night in Houston, Texas, he won't have to recruit anymore because they could just have him aboard the staff doing something else, and people will still come to Colorado.
Wow.
But last night, they got their ass kicked. They got their ass kicked worse than the Chicago Sky by the Indiana Fever 5 times this year.
Chicago who?
Exactly.
Chicago who?
Like I said.
By the way, all this shit talking about Angel Reese better than Caitlin Clark.
Who the fuck? Wait. What? Say that to me again.
All this shit talking about Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark. Yeah, exactly.
I read on Facebook, and you are going to get a kick out of this, that the Fever should, God help me, I can't believe I'm going to repeat this. A stupid fan said that the Fever should trade Caitlin Clark for Angel Reese.
What?
Exactly.
Wait. What? What? Hold on. Wait. No. That deserves something. That deserves this number right here.
In the all types of blue hell.
I wish I was making that up. I really wish I was.
I heard this correctly. Some idiot on Facebook said that
some idiot. Yep, you got it right.
We could trade Caitlin Clark
for
the diva Angel Reese.
Yep.
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no. Hell no. To the no.
Or
bullshit.
Now that's some
or
bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
Angel.
What the fuck is that?
Angel Reese's team. Hold on, wait a minute. Angel Reese's team is literally tied for last place
with the worst record in the league.
With the worst record in the league. In other words, her team sucks, and she clearly sucks as a leader.
You posed a question to me yesterday. Mm-hmm. My thoughts on if Angel Reese is going to be traded.
Correct.
No. For the simplest of reasons, the Chicago Sky still tend to believe in Miss Reese. Even though she's brought nothing but drama, trouble, strife, and everything else to the ball club.
Wow.
I said this 2 years ago.
Okay.
Angel Reese has peaked. And it's going downhill from there. And Angel Reese peaked when she had one of her guttiest games, oddly enough, against Iowa, when Reese had 17 points and 21 rebounds. Problem is, Caitlin Clark dropped 41 on their ass.
That's not good.
2024 regional final. Kate, how did my mom put it? Caitlin Clark played a game called Tear That Ass Up. 41 points, 12 assists. She made 9 3-point field goals.
So, who the Colts play this week? Who?
405. Denver Broncos.
Oh, that's right. You did say the Broncos.
405.
And it's my understanding that Russell Wilson is playing for the New York Giants now.
Yep.
Well, that sucks for him, but anyway, he'll be all right.
Yeah.
It's a big market. It's a big market, and he'll sell his clothes, so whatever. And he can always have Sierra twerk for him.
As I said about Angel Reese, who gives a fuck? It's Russell Wilson. His career peaked in Phoenix, Arizona, and dropped in the same place when he decided to throw the football on 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line that cost Seattle a repeat Super Bowl.
Wow.
That was not that he did not that ruined. He's about to make his career. He was about to make his career, and he fucked it up on the 1-yard line.
Wait, he threw for it on the 1-yard line? Damn.
1st and goal at the 5. Marshawn Lynch gets you 4 yards. 2nd and goal at the 1. Threw it. Malcolm Butler picked it off.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
And that
I can hear somebody in the background.
That's my daughter.
Okay.
That warrants a
You big dummy.
Dummy. For every dummy is a dummy.
dummy.
Now let's go into politics.
Dummy.
Let's go into politics for a little bit.
Mhm.
Evidently, Charlie Kirk's would-be assassin has been caught, and I forget his name at the moment, but I do know he's 22 years old, and evidently he's a right winger. He's part of that. Evidently, he followed Nick Fuentes' group, and also.
Boy.
Oh, it gets even more interesting. Also, wait for it. Evidently, he was living with a transformer. Now that shouldn't be a shock to anybody. Don't ever believe it. I've told people all the time, I'm an equal opportunist over here. I never believed the right when they said they are not for the legitimate, because everybody knows that some of them are legitimate. Some of them have been caught in bathrooms for smexploitation, as we'll call it.
Yep.
So, I am not surprised that he was with a transformer. It is what it is.
Nor am I. It
Now,
is
naturally,
what it is.
naturally, I'm no fan of Nick Fuentes, and he has come out and said we're not for violence. We'll see how this plays out. We don't have all the details.
I'm saving my opinion for when all the details surface.
Another interesting thing about this Charlie Kirk situation is evidently a lot of people got themselves fired over this. See, a lot of people unfortunately celebrated this man's death when the news passed. Yes,
big dummy.
Actually, you know what?
Big dummy.
Here we go.
Big dummy. Do it again.
I'm just going to go on record and say, I don't feel sorry for anybody that got fired over making fun of Charlie Kirk.
Me neither.
I don't feel sorry for any of y'all. And I commend the businesses for doing what they needed to do. A lot of y'all's
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
there was a infamous one. There's this clip going around of this. A dude wanted to make a poster for Charlie Kirk at Office Depot. I think it was the name of the company, and the lady told him that we don't print propaganda over here.
Oh boy.
So naturally, Office Depot fired her and apologized to the dude and offered to do redo his print.
I hope they fired her on the spot.
But yeah, there actually is a lot of crash outs of people getting fired over Charlie Kirk. In fact, let's go to TikTok for a little bit. Let me
let's find a few of them.
And I don't have it really saved, but we can always type it in. Oh, we'll save that for another day.
Uh-oh.
They have somebody talking about the truth about the King James version, but we'll save that for another day.
Save that for later.
Strange homosexual. He hated women so bad he killed his mama. And his lover was Lord Buckingham, who Buckingham Palace is named after.
His name escapes me right now, but
I believe that could be Dick Gregory.
Dick Gregory. All right. Let's see. Charlie Kirk. Fired. That should do it.
As we continue to learn more about the alleged assassin who shot and killed.
So we came in for an order earlier to print a poster for a vigil tonight.
Yes.
For somebody that passed.
Okay, so it was for a vigil for Charlie Kirk.
It's propaganda. I'm sorry. We don't put that here.
All right. So
Idiot.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So unfortunately,
right. So they say they don't print political propaganda. So this is somebody that passed away a couple years ago.
That's political propaganda. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
So this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil.
Still propaganda. Unfortunately,
What makes it propaganda?
Because he's
Great question.
Yeah.
Our general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you
No,
want to speak further on the subject, you are welcome to return.
So,
and that lady got fired for that.
Hi, my name is Quinn Pratt, and I like going on the internet and finding people who like to make fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and I let their employers know what they're up to online. And we got 7 more confirmed fires. But before we get into this, I want to make sure
people get fired like that. Damn.
Everybody completely understands what I'm doing here. This is absolutely not political for me. This is not a political thing. It is a moral thing. I really don't care who you decide to vote for or really care what your beliefs are. That is your decision as an American. But what we should all agree on is what happened to Charlie Kirk was absolutely disgusting and deplorable. And it shouldn't
completely agreed.
Be the butt end of the joke or mocked. And that brings me to my last point before we get into this list. I have been getting tagged literally in thousands of videos. And some of these videos that you guys are tagging me in, I might not like or agree with.
What's going on, Louis?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, this is one of the funny ones.
I got me fired from my job. I woke up and told myself the shit from the Charlie Kirk shit from yesterday. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's your fault, bro.
Oops.
Hey, can I say something?
Go ahead.
This is why when we was on your panel when this shit happened, I said, motherfuckers need to sit the fuck down and keep their mouths shut. Look.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You warned everybody.
Yeah, look. I'm not shedding a tear this motherfucker died. But when the pendulum goes one way, when somebody says some racist rhetoric and people call in and they could lose their job, and people are fine with that. And I'm talking about people that's on the left.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen when you celebrate one of them? Look,
Yes.
you have a right to free speech. That's in the public, but you have a right to consequences also when you work for someone and that shit is online, is a reflection on the job. You
Exactly.
got to be mindful of that shit. You have to
Yep.
be mindful. You got to be mindful of that. Unless you're your own boss and you got a pocket full of fuck you money,
Yes.
you need to be careful with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, Dick Gregory's been gone for a minute. That's just an old video.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Charles earlier, and he pointed out that a lot of people got fired over George Floyd, saying stuff about George Floyd.
Yeah.
Yep, they sure did.
Oh, when people get online and they love, the melanin deficient group, and they love to say the N word or make
The
monkey
hard ER.
jokes, with the ER and monkey jokes and all that, and people dox them, and they find out where they work, and they send, they contact the employers. Those motherfuckers lost their jobs. So
In a
guess what?
minute.
The pendulum goes the other way also.
Yep. Yeah. Another thing we need to talk about is Kamala Harris said BGS was right. In essence, she said that Joe Biden had no business running again for president. But in all fairness, she didn't either. But and I said
This is with a book, right? Her book she's coming out with.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe this is her last hurrah, to make some money.
Yeah, it is.
Like, yeah, they like, look, you're gonna have a book. We're gonna promote the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
People on the left is gonna read it because they wanna, for cam,
Yeah.
Of course.
No, well, look, it wasn't that much of a difference in the popular vote. I mean, if you look at it, it was split right down the middle, almost even. So you're gonna have a lot of staunch liberals that's gonna buy her book, and she's gonna this is her bag. Like, thank you for filling in. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
This is her goodbye bag. So
it's her goodbye farewell tour bag and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. It is what it is. We'll see how it plays out over time.
Yep. We got a final. LSU beats Florida 20-10, and they record 5 interceptions against Florida.
Shout out to Jules for the cash app. You get
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You better thank your donors.
Shout to Jules, indeed.
Support the show. Hit the super chat. Support the show. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out over time. One area I will defend Kamala Harris in. Some people are going out saying that, oh, she should have said something back when she was vice president. No, she shouldn't have. If you're in that position, would you you got to keep in mind, if he had went down back then, she would go down too. What would you do in her position? Just saying. But anyway, going back to Charlie Kirk for a bit, we evidently he had some dealings with the small hats, and I'm gonna let Sabby talk about this one. The quote unquote small hats.
Oh boy.
This article gets more attention, and it kind of points towards what I was saying before about what is the real reason for all of this happening.
Can you pause it for 1 second?
Meanwhile, we are seeing people on the right.
No one on this panel is making fun of or being racial against any ethnic group or people based on religion. We're watching this video for educational purposes.
Yes.
Fair use.
The fair use, fair use. Thank you.
People on the left go back and forth with each other on social media. And I think a lot of people are not doing what I tell you to do, which is to follow the money, to pay very close attention to the big, big picture. First and foremost, before we get into that article, of course, they have arrested a suspect in regards to the killing of Charlie Kirk. He was turned in by his family, just FYI. And so I want you to understand, I saw the statements that were made and they said, we got him. It's not that they went out there and did this awesome detective work and found him. His family turned him in. His name is Tyler Robinson. Let's go ahead and get into that, and then we'll dive into this bombshell from the gray zone.
I want to take a second to issue a retraction in regards to the alleged killer of Charlie Kirk. We are being told that it was not an Israeli conspiracy. It was, according to the FBI, the act of a lone gunman named Tyler Robinson, a deranged lone gunman who just happened to have not one, but two patsies in the crowd. We are also now being told that it was his father, Matt Robinson, now hailed as the father of justice, who turned his son into the authorities. In a press conference shortly thereafter, FBI Director Kash Patel proudly announced that the suspect was apprehended in record time, quote, in less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise. According to CNN, a family member told investigators that Robinson had, quote, become more political in recent years.
Now, for the record, we also don't know if this specific group was involved at all in Charlie Kirk's death, and we're just following the news that's being reported, for the record.
And that the authorities had also discovered anti-fascist messages engraved on the ammunition. Prime Minister Netanyahu went on Fox News, though, to claim that Charlie Kirk was assassinated by a combination of, quote, radical Islamists and ultra-progressives. Now, in terms of the murder weapon, the FBI stated that they found the shooter's rifle in the woods, fully assembled. And here is Robinson caught on CCTV footage, making that getaway from the rooftop with said rifle.
Yeah, as you can tell here, there seems to be a book bag in his hand, but they can disassemble those rifles and put them into a book bag. But why would you disassemble it and then put it back together? It reeks. This story really reeks, in my opinion, guys. Something is rotten in Denmark with this particular narrative.
Yes, people have been telling me that the barrel can be disassembled in seconds, which he then put back together in the woods to hide it from authorities. So yeah, that's it. We got him. Now, no more questions, please.
Yeah, shout out to James Lee there for that quick vid. I think he did this very well. Now, from what I understand, there are numerous reports that are saying that he was a registered Republican. I also saw another report that said that the shooter was registered no party affiliation. So I don't know the truth there.
The report I heard that he was registered as no party affiliation. However, his parents were conservative.
Yeah, the father was a former sheriff and the mother was a social worker.
Okay.
Point in time, but they did say that the family were Republicans. His father was a law enforcement officer. Another thing that is a bombshell dropped here, but I don't believe that he did this on his own. 22-year-old kid, don't believe it. I don't know what you guys believe. I believe he did have some help. And speaking of that help, one of the statements that came from the FBI is that there were messages on his Discord that alluded to what he was planning to do. Now, if you just go with that narrative, I'm pretty sure you're like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. They got the evidence that they need. But there's just one problem. Discord is saying the exact opposite. That's right. There was a statement that was released from Discord. Check this out. Shout out to Propaganda & Co. If you guys aren't following them, you need to. Very weird. The government claims the FBI took images of communications between Tyler Robinson and his roommate about the gun, its location, watching it, and changing clothes. But Discord says these messages didn't take place via Discord. So why did the FBI say they did? So let's look at the statement from Discord here. We are deeply saddened by this tragedy and extend our condolences to the Kirk family and everyone affected. In the course of our investigation, we identified a Discord account associated with the suspect, but have found no evidence that the suspect planned this incident or promoted violence on Discord. The messages referenced in recent reporting about planning details do not appear to be Discord messages. They were communications between the suspect's roommate and a friend after the shooting, where the roommate was recounting the contents of a note the suspect had left elsewhere. We have removed the suspect's account for violating our off-platform behavior policy. So yeah, Discord does have an off-platform behavior policy. So if you were to say like, like violent things or whatever, even if it's off Discord via text messages or whatever, they can still remove you from Discord. So that the messages don't have to be on their platform. But that brings up another question. Why did the FBI say that those messages were on Discord, and Discord is saying the exact opposite, that those messages did not exist on their platform? So as I said, folks, something is rotten here. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. These stories just do not add up.
Yeah, like we said earlier, we need to let just let this play out, and not make a bunch of assumptions.
One article says.
Somebody want to say something?
Yeah,
No.
I'm sorry. I thought I had unmuted, but it's like BGS said Thursday. If you can physically put the gun in his hand and pinpoint the gun in his hand,
yes,
then you have a case. Just let everything play out, because at this point it's all speculation.
Yeah, true.
It's all speculation. And on that note, I'm gonna crash. I've been up since 6 this morning, and I need to go to bed. Plus, I got 3 games tomorrow.
All right, have a good one.
I'll be listening from the clouds. Thanks for having me.
All right.
The party affiliation was Republican Party. Another article says he was registered no party affiliation. There are a lot of stories out there right now, and people are getting really confused. There was a picture that is going around on social media of him wearing a Trump t-shirt. That has been debunked, that was AI, that the t-shirt that he was wearing in that video was actually just a plain red t-shirt.
I ain't gonna lie, man. AI is AI is it's starting to get good, man. I just made a video and I'll talk about that later, but man, I just made a video celebrating my buddy that passed away earlier.
Oh, okay.
And man, it looks just like him.
Wow.
I just fed AI a picture. He was a singer like me, and we sang in the choir for over 30 years. And when the AI, I almost cried because it looked just like him almost.
Damn.
It was scary. In fact, why not? Give me 1 second here. Just go on and show y'all. The music comes from TikTok. Let's see here. Here we go.
Some of your altos. Happy
You see that? That's all AI. I just typed in black man singing. That's it. All I typed in was black man singing. And that's what I got. I did switch out the background just to go with the video, but yeah. But yeah, AI is getting pretty good.
Does your friend look just like that?
Yes.
And you didn't put no pictures or nothing in?
I put one picture in.
Okay, all right.
And it was like half a picture, and it still pretty much got it right.
Okay.
And I don't even know how they even got the ring on there because he was married.
Well, you know, AI, if you're using AI, is scanning all your files and everything too. So,
Yeah, that's true. But that's enough of that. We can go back to the story here.
Big news. I hope this article gets more attention, and it kind of points towards what I was saying. Yeah, shout out to James Lee there for that quick vid. I think he did this very well. Now, from what ex-roommate and a friend after the shooting, where the roommate was recounting the contents of a note the suspect had left elsewhere. We have removed the suspect's account for violating our off-platform behavior policy. So yeah, Discord does have an off-platform behavior policy. So if you were to say like, you know, like violent things or whatever, even if it's off Discord via text messages or whatever, they can still remove you from Discord. So that the messages don't have to be on their platform. But that brings up another question. Why did the FBI say?
In other words, they don't want to get sued. And that's one of the reasons why I laugh at dudes talking about, man, I want to build a Facebook for myself. Like, okay, you want to do with all that legal paperwork? I don't.
you know what the problem is? Sometimes people need to keep their mouths shut or learn to communicate in a manner that you're conveying what you want, but it's not offensive, or you could get yourself in trouble.
Right.
The dominant society has mastered it very well. They use
Yes, they
code
have.
words, they use phrases, or they use certain conversations to when they discuss certain things. And that's why I was very concerned, you know, with us. I'm talking about our people, like, you know, shut the fuck up, sit down, because one, we're very emotional people,
Yes, we are.
and and what I'm
Very
about to say, if it doesn't apply to you, let it fly. A lot of us never had a lot of victories in life. And as a group, we haven't had a lot of victories. And a lot of us internalized this as a victory and wanted to go out celebrating. And sometimes you need to take a step back and analyze the whole situation, because I got my personal views on what happened here. Like me and Mr. Z and me and Charles Faulkner has talked
Yeah.
about it, and I think I discussed it with you on the phone a little bit. I think it's much, like BGS said, is much deeper than this really is. I
Yeah, something
think
else is going on here.
I personally think that Charlie Kirk is more valuable dead than he is alive.
Yeah, he's proving it.
He's more valuable to the establishment. Yeah. And you want to know who I think will benefit the most out of Charlie Kirk's death?
Who?
JD Vance.
Wow. Ooh. The plot thickens.
This is my look. I went to the aisle. I got a big container of Alex Jones Illuminati conspiracy lotion, and I rubbed it all over my body. And I got the tinfoil hat on too. So
Oh, and the tinfoil hat, huh?
yeah, because I'm looking at things that I'm thinking outside the box. I think I think he's more valuable dead than he is alive. He's used as he's going to be. I'm telling you, at the next RNC convention, you're going to have Kirk all over those big teletrons, and you're
Oh
going to
yeah,
have
Charlie
you're
Kirk
going to
was
have
there.
his
I can
widow.
see it.
You're going to have his widow and his children up there, and and the Charlie Kirk Foundation,
Yeah.
and you're going to have look, I wouldn't be surprised if they name a street after him, Charlie Kirk Road or whatever. So, and I think the biggest beneficiary is going to be JD Vance when he runs for president.
Mm.
But me and you will talk about that behind the scenes.
Yeah, we'll see.
that those messages were on Discord, and Discord is saying the exact opposite, that those messages did not exist on their platform. So as I said, folks, something is rotten here. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. These stories just do not add up. One article says the party affiliation was Republican Party. Another article says he was registered no party affiliation. There are a lot of stories out there right now, and people are getting really confused. There was a picture that is going around on social media of him wearing a Trump t-shirt. It is really good. I think they did great work here. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be reaching out to Max and Anya. Charlie Kirk refused Netanyahu funding offer, was frightened by pro-Israel forces before death, friend reveals. So let's get into this. This was the first time I heard that Netanyahu offered funding to Charlie Kirk. A Trump insider and a longtime friend of Charlie Kirk tells the Gray Zone.
I'm not surprised.
How the assassinated conservative leader's turning point on Israeli influence provoked a private backlash from Netanyahu's allies that left him angry and afraid. Let's get into this. Charlie Kirk rejected an offer earlier this year from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to arrange a massive new infusion of Zionist money into his Turning Point USA organization. Now, Turning Point is America's largest conservative youth association, according to a longtime friend of the slain commentator.
Yeah, from what I heard, Charlie Kirk brought a lot of young people to the Republican Party with his group Turning Point USA.
That's why I think he's going to be more valuable dead than alive.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give a little bit of my theory. Okay. All right. Look, the reason why I say JD Vance is going to benefit more because look, this is Trump's last term.
Yes.
JD Vance is a millennial, older millennial.
Yes, he's about 1 year younger than me.
Charlie Kirk is a younger millennial.
Yes.
He has galvanized a lot of the white males. Let's be for real. These are the children who saw their parents go through that fiasco in 2008, the housing crisis, and right now our fucking economy is in the toilet right now.
Right.
He got them interacting in government. He was a symbol of their American dream. What's the American dream for most people? To get a home and a family.
Right.
With him being shot, it was symbolic of their American dream dying. And now it's going to galvanize them and unite. And JD Vance is going to use that to get elected. We're fighting for our country and all this shit. I'm telling you. I might be wrong, but this is my theory.
Not a bad theory. Let's continue.
Speaking on the condition of anonymity. The source told the Gray Zone that the late pro-Trump influencer believed that Netanyahu was trying to cow him into silence as he began to publicly question Israel's overwhelming influence in Washington and demand more space to criticize it. Okay. Pause here for just a second. So first and foremost, I mean, we all know if you've been following Gaza and you've been following commentators and how they've been covering it, Charlie Kirk has said some very disgusting things about Palestinian people, very Islamophobic. We can go on and on and on, supported what Israel was doing in Gaza publicly. But what was happening behind the scenes? This brings to question many things I've told you guys before. Everything does not happen on camera. There are many of us that are in this political commentary space, and we have a camera in front of us from time to time, but we also have a life off of that camera. And I think that from what I have been gathering, and I'll show you more information to go along with this article as well, it seems as though, as I pointed out the other day when I covered the story of his killing, it seems as though he was starting to ask questions. And one of the things that I will say is this. Sometimes in certain organizations or certain spaces, it is even considered shameful for you to start to ask questions. We see this sometimes with religion. I told you guys before my own personal story and journey in the Pentecostal church, where the moment I started to ask questions, it was like, okay, well, you're a problem, not to say.
Oh, yes. I've been there, done that.
They make that same comparison, obviously, with what happened with Charlie Kirk. But in some spaces, when you start asking questions, it's a problem. We're talking about an organization here that was very successful from what I've seen with being able to recruit young conservatives, particularly on those college campuses. I told you before, that is something that Charlie Kirk was really good about doing, going across the country and getting the youth on board with the conservative message, conservative politics through Turning Point USA. He was the biggest voice in doing that. I think he was more successful at doing that than some of his counterparts, like some of the people like, or some of his comrades like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens. Yeah, they've done that as well. But from the numbers, it looks like he was more successful at doing that. And him starting to ask questions about what Israel was doing.
I've never been a big fan of Ben Shapiro. You ever watch him, Louis?
Every now and then he sounds like a fucking robot to me.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of Ben Shapiro.
And he sounds like a robot. And you know, and he used that, he talks in that fast cadence and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I listen to some of his stuff. He's very hypocritical on a lot of things. So
Yeah.
But
I wasn't Charlie's biggest fan either, but I could listen to him every now and then. And I agreed with some of his stances. So
yeah, I got my issues with Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, look, I think he said a lot of truth, but he was mixing a lot of racism into it.
Yeah.
Into the truth. And he was, and a lot of his talking points was dog whistles to his audience.
True. Very true.
That's my opinion.
Doing or U.S. money going to Israel. Obviously.
Go ahead.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Obviously would cause a problem. And this is what I was pointing to before. You guys need to think about this. The fact that right after Charlie Kirk died, why was Benjamin Netanyahu going on to corporate media, this corporate media press tour, to talk about this letter that Charlie Kirk supposedly wrote him that we didn't even get to read? The letter was not on the screen, not on the teleprompter. He just said, I'm reading it now, and we're just supposed to believe what he said, the words that just came out of his mouth without looking at that letter ourselves. Benjamin Netanyahu is out on this press tour to do damage control, right? And people are saying, well, he said publicly that Israel had nothing to do with this. You think he would go to Fox News and all these different corporate media outlets and say, yeah, it was us? Come on, put two and two together. Let's go on a little bit more here.
For the record, we're not speculating anything. We're going to let this play out.
In the weeks leading up to his September 10th assassination, Kirk had become to loathe the Israeli leader, regarding him as a bully. This is coming from their source. Kirk was disgusted by what he witnessed inside the Trump administration, where Netanyahu sought to personally dictate the president's personal decisions and weaponize Israeli assets like billionaire donor Miriam Adelson to keep the White House firmly under its thumb. So remember, Charlie Kirk was an advisor to President Donald Trump. So there are things that he may have seen that happened behind the scenes that we have not seen and we will never see because it wasn't on camera. Goes on to say here, scroll down. According to Kirk's friend, who also enjoyed access to President Trump and his inner circle, Kirk strongly warned Trump last June against bombing Iran on Israel's behalf. Charlie was the only person who did that. They said, recalling how Trump barked at him in response and angrily shut down the conversation. So we even see there seemed to be some friction here between Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk behind the scenes. Of course, they're not going to tell you these things publicly, right? The source believes the incident confirmed in Kirk's mind that the president of the United States had fallen under the control of a malign foreign power and was leading his own country into a series of disastrous conflicts. By the following month, Kirk had become the target of a sustained private campaign of intimidation and free-floating fury by wealthy and powerful allies of Netanyahu, figures he described in an interview as Jewish leaders and stakeholders. He was afraid of them, the source emphasized. Turning Point USA, the rift with Israel widens. Kirk was 18 years old when he launched TP USA in 2012. From its inception, his career was propelled by Zionist donors who showered his young organization with money through neoconservative outfits like David Horowitz's Freedom Center. He repaid his wealthy backers over the years by unleashing a relentless firehouse of anti-Palestinian and Islamophobic diatribes, accepting propaganda trips to Israel, and sternly shutting down nationalist forces challenging his support for Israel during TP USA events. In the Trump era, a few American Gentiles had proved more valuable to the self-proclaimed Jewish state than Charlie Kirk. But Israel's genocide assault on the besieged Gaza Strip drove an unprecedented backlash within grassroots right-wing circles, where only 24% of young Republicans now sympathize with Israel over Palestinians. Kirk began to shift. So
Can you pause it
October
1
7th
second?
kind of changed everything,
hold on.
right? Like, we have already seen.
Write this down on a piece of paper, okay? And a timestamp of what I'm about to say. I will not be surprised if Israel names something after Charlie Kirk, a street or something.
Okay, we'll see. I
Write
can
it
see that happening.
down. Write it down. Go ahead. You proceed.
A split there happening within the Trump base, where some conservatives still support Israel, and others started to speak out. Others started to say, listen, they are killing children over there. I am pro-life. This isn't right. Some of the people that spoke out were conservative commentators. Of course, I think Candace Owens was one of the first ones to publicly come forward and say, I am not comfortable with what is happening to kids in Gaza. She lost her job at the Daily Wire after that. So we saw,
and the Daily Wire went down after that too. But anyway,
this split start to happen. And then what happened from that point in time is that some, MAGA supporters decided to side along with Candace and follow her on her journey of doing her own show on her own channel. And others chose to remain with the Daily Wire and continue to watch Ben Shapiro and the rest of his ilk. Having someone like Charlie Kirk decide, wait a minute, I don't know how I feel about this anymore, that would obviously be a problem if you're trying to recruit young people into a movement, conservative party, and to have that support for Israel. That is a problem. But at the end of the day, this all comes back to the money. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things I stress very much on this show is that I don't have sponsors. I don't take billionaire money. I don't take millionaire money. This is an independent outlet. And the reason behind that is because with that money comes influence. We have already seen this with the story that I covered about David Pakman and Brian Tyler Cohen taking dark money. There is influence attached to that. Once you are in bed with these people and you decide to take a different position, or you decide.
Yeah, some of them were planning to do that anyway because unfortunately, sometimes black people make themselves an easy target. I think they would have done that anyway.
But what they're doing right now, they're claiming that the alleged person that they apprehended is dating someone that is trans.
Yeah, transformer.
And shout out to the trans people. And unfortunately, like, we're the premier soft targets, and this is why I said before, keep your mouth shut, because you're gonna have zealots that's on the far right, and they want to exact revenge, and a lot of these people are cowards.
Yes.
And they're gonna go after the most logical soft target. That's elderly and children, people of color. And they're not gonna go like you might see some go after people of that persuasion, but they're protected, under hate crimes and stuff. So that's why I say keep your mouth shut and let this play out. But go ahead.
Yeah, definitely let this play out.
You know what? I don't know if I want this funding, which it appears, according to this article, Charlie Kirk refused that funding from Benjamin Netanyahu. You are considered a problem. And I'll reiterate again, I'm not here to tell you to mourn Charlie Kirk. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, you cannot expect the Black community to mourn Charlie Kirk. You cannot expect that to happen. There may be certain individuals
very true
that do it, but as a community, you cannot, look upon us to have that type of empathy. But the reality is, if you follow the money, a lot of times I think that you will reach your answer. It gets into how he started to call out Jeffrey Epstein as an asset. We went over that before. And then it gets into the Tucker Carlson conversation, which I'm going to show you in just a second, as well as what Candace Owens said about having a spiritual transformation, etc. So there's a lot said here. There is currently no evidence of an Israeli government role of Kirk's assassination. However, that has not stopped thousands of social media influencers and users from speculating that the pro-Trump operatives shifting views on the issue contributed in some way to his death. Yeah, these are things a lot of us have been talking about. What I like about this article is that they don't come out.
Yes, she is right. Follow the money.
And say, they're not like, well, we know for sure that Israel did this. They don't do that. What they are doing is they're showing you what's being said behind the scenes, which a lot of us did not know about. And they're showing you how the public is viewing all of this. But not taking that money is very damning. So when you have a moment, read this article. I'll be sure to put the link to the article there in the chat. But you are starting to see a lot more truth is coming out. Now, to add on to that Gray Zone article, there was something that Candace Owens said in her recent video when she was talking about the death of Charlie Kirk, which kind of, goes along with what that source told Max Blumenthal and Anya Parampil. Listen to this. It's sped up, so just FYI.
We're wrong, and we laughed at how wrong it was, and people thought that when I had made up my mind about Israel, that Charlie and me fell apart. Nope, never, not for a second. I said, it's the easiest decision ever, because Charlie knew who I was, and I knew who he was. I said, Charlie, this is where I'm at, and there's no room for movement. And you tell your whoever that needs to hear it, whatever you need to tell them, because we're always going to be brothers and sisters. We're always going to be brother and sister. And we would talk about things and debate things behind the scenes. And I think my perspective is as it's been throughout our relationship. Right? You might not get it now, Charlie, but you will. I'm only a few years older than you, but I think you're gonna see things my way. And I think in the end, Charlie was going through a spiritual transformation. I don't think that I know it. He was going through a lot, and there was a lot of pressure. And it's hard for me to watch the people who were pressuring him, I don't know, just say the things that they're saying. There's something about it that just feels really fake. Feels really fake.
So one thing I want to add here, again, Candace is someone who was very close to Charlie Kirk. So if anyone would have known like some of the things that were happening behind the scenes, she would have known that, right? So just keep that in mind. Like I said, you ain't got to like her, but the reality is she would know what was happening behind the scenes. So she says that he was starting to go through a spiritual transformation. Charlie Kirk was still friends with Candace Owens, despite her position on Israel, despite her, saying she was against killing kids in Gaza. It sounds like, according to Candace, they still remained close. So keep that in mind.
Me, and they would have allowed him to lose and wanted him to lose everything for changing or even slightly modifying an opinion, and then to see them doing what they're doing today, it's hurtful to me. It's very hurtful to me. But I don't want today to be about anything other than you guys knowing that Charlie really was an amazing person. He was like, we were really close, and he was my best friend and my brother. And I will never unsee the footage of what I saw, the violence of it. I pray for the people who took any pleasure in that. I would never, there's not a single person in the world that I would wish that on. And least of all, someone with a heart like Charlie's. He loves his family, he loves his wife, he loves his country. And he didn't deserve that ending. He was really young. But I know that we will carry the torch. I will never allow the memory of Charlie to be forgotten, obviously, because there's no Candace without.
Hey, Louis, a fun fact. I've already seen Negroes online talking about, if you harm a hair on Candace Owens' head, I'm like, oh, man, shut up. You ain't going to do nothing.
What did they say?
If you harm a head on Candace Owens' head, yada, yada, yada.
They're going to what? What? They're going to put a bounty on her?
No, black dudes saying if you put a harm a head on Candace Owens' head, that's a dick talk, but anyway.
Motherfuckers need to shut the fuck up.
I know.
Because a week ago, she was one of the biggest traitors in the black community in their eyes.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, shut up. Whatever.
Yeah.
Without Charlie, we came up in politics together, and so I don't know what to say, guys, other than I'm in a lot of pain right now, and I love you, Charlie, and I'll see you when I'll see you.
Yeah. So one thing that I want to add here is, it's really interesting because I think that the hypocrisy I've been seeing is crazy. This is how I think many of us felt or still feel in the black community every time we see a black person is killed unjustly, by the police. Every time we see another incident of police brutality. This is exactly what many of us were saying. And I said this days ago. Many of us were saying when Philando Castile was killed right in front of his.
I don't always agree with Philip Scott, but I do agree at one point he made over the last few days that them folks are starting to feel how we felt when our people get shot.
Oh, and this is like, look, here's the thing. Look,
Mm-hmm.
we're the least, we're the most marginalized group in this society, and you
Mm-hmm.
can't expect anybody to have empathy for you. And one of the things that contributed to it is every time when something happens to us, and one of the things that really pissed me off was when you had that situation in that church in Charlottesville,
Yes.
and people like, oh, you need to forgive. Now, I had an issue
You mean
when the
Charleston, Charleston, South Carolina?
yeah, yeah, Charleston, and when I had a
No,
big
man.
problem
Yeah, I cringed
when
when
the
I when I.
family forgave when the family forgave that boy,
Oh my
but
God!
they
Like,
had
yeah,
no,
I
but
cringed. I
they
forgive.
had a right to. They had a
Mm-hmm.
right to because that
True.
was their choice. But when that judge said, "Oh, you need to forgive we need to forgive him for the sake of because they was afraid that motherfuckers going to wild the fuck out."
Yeah.
But I'm tired of this shit. In the words of Tariq Nasheed, that we take ass whoopings with dignity. We're expected to do that. We expected as a whole to take all types of abuse and be dignified in it. No,
That's one of the
everybody.
reasons I didn't join the fraternities. Like, you ain't doing that shit to me. Somebody gonna get their ass whipped. No.
And we always blindly join other groups' struggles, but they never reciprocate with us.
Exactly.
So, like me, like honestly, how I feel, I feel that Donald Trump should send the National Guard to Utah because there's a lot of crime going on down there,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to hear what's going on with this white on white crime.
Yeah.
That's how I really feel. What's going on with that white on white crime? So like you can't put this on us, and that was part of like just sit back and watch. Like I was watching, I think it was Jason Black today when he was talking about 80% of the crime done to white people is done by other white people. So that's white on white crime.
Oh
So
yeah.
when anybody want to bring up that little stupid ass talking point, well, what about black on black crime? What about Charlie
Oh, yeah.
Kirk?
Oh, no, my favorite
What
is
about
black
that?
folks to do 50% of the crime. I'm like, that's mathematically impossible. There's not enough of us to do 50% of the crime in the country.
Yeah. So let them do what they do.
Yeah.
And sometimes we got to mind our own business.
Yeah, we need to stop trying to fight everybody else's battle. Like when ICE is going around, I like Negroes, sit your black ass down. This ain't your fight. That ain't your fight. But let's switch gears here. Let's look at a little TikTok here. And since we're on politics, we're going to where's that? Oh, here it is.
I'm going to have to drop down because I'm commuting now. But
Oh,
I'll
okay.
be listening. All
I was
right.
about to ask you because I knew you was at work. Okay.
I could not be a man dating in 2025. You said you only date men that pay all your bills. I gotta go half with you on the rent to take you on a date.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
You don't cook. Oh, you can't cook.
Yep.
You need $1,000. You need me to pay for your BBL.
Oh, hell no.
Your homegirl said my chain fake. Your homegirl lived with her mama.
Ooh. Ooh. Damn, I felt that one. Okay. Anyway.
What do you mean your car is on fire? You pregnant? Oh, you planning us a vacation? That's what's up. You need my credit card number.
You ain't getting shit. Let's go to let's just go to favorites. Fuck it.
How old are you?
How old are you? I'm 19.
Damn. I got kind of scared.
How old are you?
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Yeah, I would have to pop my balloon too because 19 is too young for me. Sorry, not gonna do it. Not doing it. In fact, I'm at the point now. I don't even assess to like 25. I ain't gonna do it. Nope. 42. Not interested in 19-year-olds. Too young. Sorry, ladies.
What is thy bidding, my master?
There is
this was funny.
a great disturbance in the Force.
I have felt it.
We have a new enemy. I have no doubt this boy is the offspring of Anakin Skywalker.
What? I have a son?
No, I said Anakin Skywalker has a son. You are Darth Vader.
I have a son! This is wonderful!
Wait.
I must see him!
Where are you going?
Hey everyone! Have you heard the news? I'm a father! Woohoo! I have a son, stormtroopers! I have a son, asteroids! And bounty hunters! Guess what? I have a son. Did you know that? I have a son, little droid that drives around the hallways. I have a son, Lightspeed! Whoa! This is amazing. I feel alive again. Me and my boy ruling the galaxy. He's going to be so excited.
No!
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that baby's like, what the fuck?
Now, every so often, you got a pastor that comes out and just says something crazy and ridiculous. And ladies and gentlemen, that just happened with John Gray.
This woman is the only woman I've been inside of, and when I'm thirsty, I drink her.
Oh, God. Okay. Where's Snowman when I need him? Huh?
I stopped tasting things that didn't belong to me.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pastor who is saying in front of a public audience that he drinks his wife. Guys, what happens with you and your partner in your bedroom should be between
that's way too much information.
You two and God. You don't need to bring it out in front of people because now you're planting seeds in their minds. Now they're thinking about what you're doing in your bedroom. Is that really where you want their minds at? Then you do the whole thing with your tongue. It's like a whole manifestation going on stage. Why? Why must weird stuff like this happen with people who are supposed to be men of God? The word says we're...
It happens all the time. You'd be surprised how many weirdos there are.
Do you promise to love, honor, and obey your husband?
Obey? I ain't no damn dog.
Well, I ain't marrying you then. Y'all better take this to the courthouse.
Mm-hmm. Well, let the church say amen. Let the church say amen.
Do you promise to love, honor, and obey your husband?
Obey? I ain't no damn dog.
Well, I ain't marrying you then. Y'all.
Mm-hmm. We ain't going to no courthouse either.
Better take this to the courthouse.
Put a finger down if you independent and don't get nigga.
A few moments later.
When are you heifers gonna learn? Winter is here.
Literally on the side of the road in North Carolina, and I don't have nobody to fucking call to help me. I've been stuck on the side of the road for at least 40 minutes, and ain't nobody stopped yet. And I'm already changing my tire already.
That's not our problem. You ain't pendant, remember?
And I mean, it ain't really nobody's obligation to stop on the side of the road to help anybody. But damn.
Hey, bro. I'm over here dying, bro.
Yeah, she looked a little older than 19, but still by rule, nah. I'm 19. That's too young.
Hold up, man. Hey, bro.
Put a finger down if you independent and don't.
That's fine. I don't need him to take care of me or my daughter, but it would be the right thing to do. And that's what he's going to do if he's the father.
I call this one when trying to trap Zaddy goes wrong.
He's the father. And you're sure of that? Yes, Your Honor. All right. Well, bailiff, we have those results. Got your cashier's check. Because I don't want to. That's not nice. Well, I'm just saying. You can't say that to him yet, though. We don't know if he's even going to be the father to pay child support. I know. But if you are indeed the father, I wouldn't recommend you make a payment today because the order would just be being signed today.
Is there an appeal process even if I am the father?
What would you be appealing exactly?
I don't think that based on the way she's been treating me and based on her selective
Yes, she's trying to trap a Zaddy.
Choice of when to bring this issue up in order to harm my relationship with my family, I consider that a form of harassment. And I feel like I should
Bless that Zaddy's heart.
Be able to file maybe a restraining order. And that would prevent me from, if I had a restraining order against her, that would prevent me obviously from having to pay for her child support, wouldn't it?
What is that, a restraint? No, that's not how any of that works. That was really creative though, but that's not how any of that works. So let me go ahead and tell you what the results say. All right.
Let's get it over with.
All right. All right. It looks like baby McKinney, because we can't say a child's name. Right. There is no probability he can be the father. What did they say? Well, that's fine. I don't.
Oh, yes. Zaddy wasn't the father. What a shock. No, not really. Let's go on. Let's move on.
Need him to take care of me or my daughter.
I could not be a man dating in 2025. You said you only date men that pay all your bills.
Yep, I'm out.
I gotta go half with you on the rent to take you on a date. You don't cook. Oh, you can't cook.
Yep, I'm out.
You need $1,000.
Yeah.
You need me to pay for your BBL.
I need $1,000 too. What? You need me to pay for your BBL? Hell no.
Your homegirl said my chain fake. Your homegirl lived with her mama.
Damn.
What do you mean your car is on fire? You pregnant? Oh, you planning us a vacation? That's what's up. You need my credit card number. You need $3,000. Nah, baby, I like kids. I like it. 3 baby daddies.
Nah, hell no. Yep.
They done sat up there and unlive Master Son. I'm heard about that one. They done sat up there and unlive Charlie Kirk. That was one of Master's best sons. He always stood up for what.
Yeah, black people sometimes just need to shut the fuck up. But I know, like you said, yeah, good luck. I know. Yeah, good luck. All right, let's continue.
It's come to my attention that a lot of male-centered pick-me's actually don't know the symptoms, so let's run a diagnostics. And also, everyone else, please repost this video so that we can passively aggressively let them know that we're on to them. Okay, number one, you think that being one of the boys is a personality.
Sweetheart. Don't do this to yourself, sweetheart. Don't do this to yourself.
Trait. You think that it's cute to say, like, I don't really get along with girls. Okay, number two, if you ever find yourself playing devil's advocate for a man, men do not need a defense team. They used to go to war. Number three, this one is a good one. Have you ever said to yourself or to a man that you're different from all the other girls? thought process is rooted a lot in needing male validation, and you need to get that checked. Number 4 is very important. If being in relationship or being picked by a man is actually more important than being treated well, yeah, I think.
Bless her heart. Bless your little heart, sweetie pie. Winter is here.
You know, one of the most regretful.
Seven-figure men do go for me.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Yeah, all right, shorty. Like, stop the cat. You're just gonna come on camera and just lie to us like that. All right.
Honey, how?
Ugh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, the horror. I know exactly. We still go to war. But yeah, there's a reason why I made this video.
Lowered expectations.
What 7-figure man is looking at that? Peace, good brother Art. I gave you an email yesterday. What happened to the show yesterday? I thought you was going to go on. Good to see you, though, good brother. Ugh.
Would you know that? You're not a
7-figure man going for that. Basically, it might be an insult to call her two. That's a one face right there. That's a one face right there. Ugh.
Figure man.
I mean, well, for starters, I can see your beard. Yeah, you need to get that trimmed up. That's probably for. Also, if a millionaire had the choice between you and the regular chicks that he would get, I'm guaranteeing you he's not picking, especially not with that type of attitude. Like, come on, shorty. Like,
well, since that is a bear, this I may as well do it. Did somebody say bear? Hey, are you independent? Do you not need no man? That's fine. You can always call 1-800 call a bear. Call a bear. Hook up with your bear today. Warning, this content creator will not be held responsible if you get eaten alive by that bear. Oh yeah. With that particular one, get to the chopper. Ugh.
I just want y'all to stop getting in that lying. Like, we all know that y'all want to live this life that you all.
Never been more outraged in my entire life.
You had your shot and you failed miserably. You were handed a role by default, not by merit. The world called you head of the table, king of the castle.
Now, class, this is a textbook example of projection 101. Now, before we continue, class, this episode of Colosseum Night has been brought to you by Sweet Sassy Rollins Vote Blue Sauce. Now with extra sassy blue juice. Like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show, hit my super chat, and support the show. This episode has also been brought to you by Joy Reid Tears and Angela Rye with lettuce and tomato on the side. Hit the Cash App, support the show. Hit the super chat, support the show. Let's look at this clusterfuck.
And the leader. But history is receipts, not titles. And when it comes to holding up Black women, you showed up late, left early, and barely did the work. Black women carried the families, built the communities, stood on the front lines of every struggle.
Yeah, that goes back to the slave farms, actually. That's the only reason why you were the head of the community.
Fighting for our children, our rights, and our survival, instilled turned ashes into legacy. You were supposed to lead, but leadership is earned, not in.
We were supposed to lead, but you guys don't want us to lead. You want to be in charge of everything. Y'all want to be in charge of everything. Y'all want to be independent. Y'all the ones leading right now. Why does the community look like a shithole?
Inherited. While you chased status, Black women did the saving. While you built egos, Black women built futures. When it was time to show up, show out, and show love, Black women stood alone. Consider
projection 101, but anyway.
Consider this your notice. No more default positions, no more unearned crowns, and no more being carried on the backs of the women you failed to protect. Black women don't need permission. We're not waiting for you to step up. The title is revoked. The throne is repossessed. You have been terminated effective immediately. Black
blah 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 blah.
Black women are taking our rightful place at the head of the table, but at the leaders of it all, a job we've done for centuries.
And now our boys can't even read at a third grade level. So basically, you're just doing a bunch of blah 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 blah
with no recognition and no compensation package. To my every awakened Black woman listening, it's time to stop waiting for what's not coming.
Blah 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 blah.
Step into your power. Build, create, love, and lead for yourself, because you're the only one who's ever.
Basically, what she's trying to tell women is this little thing right here. Where's that? She's trying to tell women, basically,
I'm independent.
Oh. Come on.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
It's always Jermaine's fault. What else is new?
Done it right. We are the reason there's anything left to save. We are not asking. We're taking what's ours. You had your shot, and you failed miserably. You were handed a role by default.
Blah, blah, blah.
All it took was for one person to join in.
I am the pregnant woman currently getting dragged on the internet for wearing this purple dress to my friends.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people complaining about it. Yeah, with the exception of the, titties hanging out and, her stomach showing, whatever. Nah, I'm really not that interested. I don't care. She was with her husband. He's not complaining. The groom and the bride are not complaining. What's the big deal?
Say y'all want a village to help raise y'all's children, bring back the village. Y'all are the reason why the village is gone. Because when the village was here, your mama, your grandma,
well,
mama, your sisters, your neighbors, when they were here to help you with those children, you took advantage of them by not picking them up on time. You didn't send no clothes, no diapers, no nothing with these people, and they had to come out of pocket. And then you acted ungrateful because why you put him in these Walmart clothes? The village stopped being the village when the grandmamas who got 30, 40, 50 years of parenting experience over you tried to tell you, hey, maybe you shouldn't let little John do this. You don't tell me what to do with my kids. That's why the village stopped being the village. And don't get me started on the stepdads, baby. Y'all have ran these men ragged behind stepdaddies. They are happy to be stepdaddies. There are so many men out there that are more than willing to step in and step up where your weak baby daddy didn't. And the moment they get ready to redirect your children or add order to the house and you don't like it, these ain't your kids anyway. I'll raise my kids. Don't worry about them.
Yes. Yes. Single mothers, you ruined your own dating game. Yes. I'm gonna say it again for the niggas didn't hear me in the back of any single mothers. Single mothers, you ruined your own dating game. 20 years ago, no one would blink twice about a man dating a single mother. Hell, 40 years ago, no man would look twice about dating a single mother. But you heifers fucked all that up. You fucked all that up. Yes.
Baby, that's why they don't want to be stepdaddies no more. There's absolutely no appreciation. There is absolutely no gratitude. Y'all treat them men like second-class citizens in the house that they pay bills in. And then what do you think you're teaching your kids?
Yes. Stepdaddy pay all the bills. And you still treat him like that bum that plays Madden all day. Yes. As my brother said here, get to the chopper. I said, get to the chopper. Yes.
Teaching your children not to respect authority. That man is supposed to be the authority of the house. So what do y'all think they're going to do when they get to school? When they get in the streets and have to have an interaction with the police? If he don't have to respect the father figure in the house, what makes you think they're going to respect the police in the streets? And y'all will be the first one hollering out, they unalived my baby.
Preach, Sister Ashley.
You didn't teach your child to respect authority. Just stop and realize that you clearly don't have the best judgment, because otherwise you would have picked better with the first baby daddy. You clearly don't know everything. That's why you stress trying to figure out how you're going to make it with these kids. Allow somebody to come in and help you. Understand that your way is not the only way.
Yes.
Understand that there are people that have far more experience than you do.
Yes.
Allow those people to help so we can get some better results. Please. Say y'all want a village to help raise y'all's children.
Woman can tell you what a real man is. That is a problem. Because usually when she say what a real man is, it's always somebody that accepts her shit and won't question her shit. It's always a real man.
Say what you read about, Tom. He ain't lying about that one.
For that one, a real man will get with a woman who has kids. Haven't y'all heard that? How many of y'all black men heard that? A real man will be with a woman that's got kids. Who says that? With kids?
I said the same thing, Tommy.
Next? A real man should get with somebody that got AIDS if you're real. It's really stupid. But you'll hear black women talk like this, and they'll be real confident being in public, being real ignorant.
Yep.
In America, black men marry outside their race more than the men of every other race put together in the United States.
And whose school's up for auction now? All right.
United States marries outside of theirs, speaking of percentages. What is it about the black man that has him so
Pander African
addicted to any other woman except his own? And it is the psychology of self-hatred.
Well, actually,
Black women are aggressive. They don't cater to their men. They're argumentative.
Bullheaded. God, please release my sisters from the shackle of only dating black men.
The plastic, I've been acting brand new. Bitches acting like they running shit they really ran through. I spent
the horror.
Yo. Baby daddy fuck.
What did that? Wait. What did that brother say earlier? Where's that little quote at? What did that brother say earlier? All I have to say about this one is, get to the chopper.
Pussy good. He gotta break the market. I ain't gonna lie. How much is going all out? It's worth whatever he got.
If you want a nigga to spend a bag on you, that's what you're saying.
Absolutely.
To deserve it.
He gonna want to. I guarantee you.
No, I'm not. Actually, no. Just no. No.
As we are starting our day, I have a question for the people who look like me, the melanated people. Where has it gotten us? Caring for other people, loving on other people, sacrificing for...
Come on, Ashley. Don't talk about the Democratic Party like that.
Other people.
Well, wait a minute, excuse me. Don't talk about black Democrats who suck up to the Democrat Party like that.
That does not look like us. And I know some people are not going to like this question. I fully expect a back and forth. I don't want it, but I expect it. We have done so much for the world. We're there to save everybody. We're there to support everybody. We're there to fight for everybody. We're there to pray for everybody. And I understand as a good Christian, you're supposed to pray for everybody. I get it. But we are spending so much time and energy trying to help everybody else that we're not helping ourselves. Where are we?
Yes.
Where are we? Where is the status of our community? Where do we sit as far as economic progress? Where do we stand as far as education, as far as ownership, as far as building wealth? Where do we stand as far as having some type of...
Yeah, and that's unfortunately part of the problem. Unfortunately, subconsciously, I think the fact that they killed Dr. King for doing for self and Malcolm X for doing for self, that subconsciously, unfortunately, some black people are still mental slaves to the system because they're afraid of what will happen to them if they ever get off the system. Unfortunately, sadly, but let's continue.
Of improvement of the injustices that happen against us. Where are we? We're spending so much time worrying about everybody else's business. Where are we? Yep. And my religious belief, my political belief does not have anything to do with me wanting to make sure that my community is good. First, maybe I'm weird, maybe I'm thinking crazy, but we need to be focused on our own instead of focusing on what everybody else got going on.
Yep.
Proximity ain't helped us. Trying to get in where they are hasn't helped us. Trying to look like them, trying to empathize with them has not helped us. It's helped them, but it hasn't helped us. So why are we focusing on what everybody else is doing? How about we focus in on what we need as a community, help ourselves up, level the playing field some, and then try to go and help other people. But as long as we are where we are in society, in the financial position, with our kids, marriage rates, unaliving rates, incarceration rates, we don't need to be worried about nobody else. Right? Right. As we are starting our day, I have a question for the people who look like me, the melanated people. Where has it got?
Got us nowhere.
A real man ain't gonna just sit around and watch their woman clean.
You right.
Slave around.
Yes, sir. You right.
A real man ain't gonna just sit around and watch their woman clean.
You right.
Slave around.
Let's talk about what nobody else will. Why so many Black men really hate themselves. This is not just individual pain. This is centuries in the making. The psychology.
What did I tell y'all earlier? Class, this is a textbook example of projection. Pay attention, class. Pay attention, class.
The history, the sociology, and even the biology are all stacked against you. Dr. Naim Akbar has spent decades breaking down how the mind of Black men has been shaped and shattered by white supremacy and generational trauma. Dr. Joy DeGroy has proven that the wounds of slavery live in the body and mind of every Black man through post-traumatic.
Class, pay attention, class. This is as I told you, this is a textbook example of projection. Pay attention, class. Pay attention, class.
Slave syndrome, self-hatred passed down like an inheritance. Dr. Tommy J. Curry, author of The Man Knot, calls out how Black men are locked in a system that...
By the way, since he mentioned it, Dr. Tommy Curry book, A Man Knot, is a book every Black man should pick up and read. It's a book every Black man should pick up and read. Real talk. Let's continue.
Both dehumanizes them and trains them to distrust themselves, each other, and especially the women who remind them of their own vulnerability. Every institution, school, police, the church, and even family sees Black men as a threat, problem, statistic, and enemy. From childhood, you're told not to cry, not to need, and not to love. The only emotions allowed are anger, bravado, and denial. So the self-hatred doesn't get healed. It gets projected onto Black women, onto children, onto each other. That's why it's easier for a Black man to destroy his own home than to face the mirror. Epigenetics means that trauma lives in your blood, not just your memory. The war is in...
Once again, class, this is a textbook example of projection. What does Proverbs 14:1 says? Oh, right. A foolish woman will tear down her own house. Anybody looked at the Black community recently? Something to think about. Just something to think about.
Internal. And as long as you refuse to face it, you will keep failing yourself and everyone around you, no matter how loud you brag or how many women you try to humble. And this is where Black women...
Hey, I think they need to bring back arranged marriages because we clearly don't know how to pick them and we just out here winging it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's not a bad idea. Bring back arranged marriages. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Take this down for a minute. Here's the thing, fellas. Yes, I am on camera. Whether they know it or not, winter is here. Whether they want to pretend it's not here, it's here. Winter is here. Whether they like it or not. Winter is here, folks. Winter is here. Case in point, we're about to watch a video. We're about to watch a crash out of a certain 100-octane hoe by the name of Britney Renner. Let's have fun. All right, which video is it? All right, here we go.
Passed because they feel that another man can permanently taint a woman. There was a video that I did in my car where I was talking about how I had.
Well, damn, when they have as many bodies as you, yeah, we can look at you crazy. Get over it.
Was it 3 men in a days, and I ended up getting a yeast infection. Why miss out on potential love of your life just because some guy dated her and it didn't work out?
River TV.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So it seems to be that Britney Renner is kind of begging men to forget her past. Okay.
Yeah, good luck with that. It ain't gonna happen.
Now, I'm going to go into and break down exactly what I mean by what I'm saying, but you guys have to see the clip to kind of get the context. I'm going to press play, pause and play, and then give you guys my feelings and my opinions on this entire situation.
Men fixate a lot on someone's past because they feel that another man can permanently taint a woman. You don't have that power.
You don't think
a man cannot permanently taint?
Yeah, we can.
So this first segment that she said of, men focus on a woman's past simply because they feel like a man can taint me, or a man can, change me or make me into this bad woman because of the men that I dealt with. And the first thing that I want to say to that is 100% inaccurate. The reason why men judge women sometimes off of their past is because it is a guideline of their poor choices on a consistent basis. Right? It shows your lack of value for yourself. It shows, again, your poor decision-making skills. It shows that you are moved emotionally and you aren't logically thinking. And being that men are logical thinkers, they are looking and recognizing the patterns. So, where she has a standpoint, to her argument of trying to defend herself is like, oh, men think that another man can taint a woman. It really has very little to do with the other man and more to do with you.
A lot of women they've had relationships that have completely changed their personalities, the way they trust a man, the way they view men in general. I feel like you can be in a messed up relationship that can really mess you up.
Now, this is the next thing. There's some women who go into relationships and, because the relationship did not work out in their favor, did not work out in the way in which they thought that it should, they then become this vindictive woman. They want every other man that is, going to be in a relationship, they want to put him in a place that he has to pay for the mistakes of the man from before. They so badly want to push this narrative that men are bad and men are toxic and men are this and men are that. So even when they just get into a relationship with a guy who is probably a good guy, probably not doing the wrong things, probably not stressing her out, they're going to go through his phone. They're going to act accusatory to him. They're going to do anything that they can to self-sabotage that relationship to prove that he is as bad as the person who they were with before.
But I feel like when it comes to past and a man focusing on what happened 5 years ago or what man you slept with or what guy you were with, that is thinking when this man stuck his in her, she no longer has value. We're the whores, but who we all.
It's not about who you were sleeping with. It's not about because of that man that touched you that it caused any problem or pain. It's not about intimacy. Obviously, men know that if you were previously in another relationship, more than likely you were intimate with that person. Obviously, especially because you have children. That's not the question. The whole point of the conversation is, as I said before, it is about your track record. It is not something that you did. You were in a relationship and you've only been in committed relationships and what have you. It is how you, again, are moving through these situations.
Yeah, when you move like a 3 or 4 like Britney Renner, what do you expect?
How you are navigating these situations. Do a lot of people have access to you? No man, it doesn't matter what the situation, is going to feel 100% happy about the fact that every other man can say that they've been there. They want to keep something sacred for themselves. And so, in my opinion, this is just a guise of, guys, please forgive me for all the things that you know about me. Please, let's just throw in the trash all the things that I've done, whether I've been accountable for my actions or not, whether I have, have changed behavior or I don't. Everybody, let's just put that in the past and let's just move on and forget about it and sweep it under the rug, because I still want the opportunities to be with other men, even though men have seen how I have acted in real time with the other relationships that I've had in the past. That's what it seems like to me.
But the truth of the matter is, it's like, if you meet somebody that makes sense, whether they have a kid, whether they've been with someone publicly, why miss out on potential love of your life just because some guy dated her and it didn't work out?
That's probably the mature mindset.
It's not about, again, missing out. A lot of women, and I want to say this in a way, let me just make my disclaimer. My disclaimer is not every single mother is created equally. Not every woman is created equally, for that matter. But a lot of women who I see spewing this mindset of how men should and should not behave are usually women who are single mothers. And they want to tell you how you should be relating to women in your life, again, so that they are able to have a chance with you. It was literally just the other day, Britney, that we saw you and your mama at your baby daddy's house acting a fool.
Hey, it's up with me. Just know that it's up. What'd you say? What'd you say?
I didn't stutter.
I didn't hear you say it again.
Suck my.
If you had one, maybe I would. What the f you looking at? Get your ass out my drop like hoe. You don't pay for either. $170,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 in your son's bank account. $11,000 in your son's.
I would like to have $11,000 in my bank account. What are you complaining about? Oh, right, because you wasting that kid's money. Oh, what's going on, Andre?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, that stuff was really crazy because she at sorry, I have a bit of an echo going on right now. I don't know if you can hear that, but
I can't hear it.
okay. So, yeah, $11,000. Like, it's even worse than that because on that stream that BGS was doing, that she's apparently getting like it's like 20 grand a month, or even the 11,000 is that's 130K a year. Well, 132, 33K a year, just off of just having a kid. That's
yeah.
It was literally not too long ago that you were telling women to get with athletes because they are foolish.
So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just an athlete. You're really dumb.
It was literally the other day that Deion Sanders had you in a class to, put young guys on game to warn them of the type of women that they would encounter, and you were that example.
And let's go from step A to Z because we got to kind of show these guys the other side of game. And that's why you gracefully blessed us with your presence so they can understand from your point of view how this game is played.
So in your situation, just from my personal opinion, I don't believe that the tainting has to do with anybody outside of yourself. And the fact that you seem out of control, uncontrollable, disrespectful, the fact that you are, you might be a liability in a relationship to somebody else. And it does not mean that you might not be willing with the right person because, when Britney Renner got with Kevin Gates, most recently when they were in a relationship, she seemed very cool, calm, docile, all the above.
So Islam has made my life better in every single.
Oh, that fake hijab. Good Lord.
And I really disagree with that. I don't think she was ever docile in that relationship. She was just playing her position, at least temporarily.
The closer you get to God, the more you get. And literally in every category of my life, I mean, dreams happen, like miracles happen once in a while every day.
But you cannot, you are going to have to understand that your dating avenue is going to be vastly different than a lot of women who don't have their business on social media, who are not always in these public spotlight relationship situations, but these women who do not have this internet stain of a negative track record as it pertains to men.
There was a video that I did in my car where I was talking about how I had sex with, was it 3 men in a day, and then I ended up getting a yeast infection. That was.
How can I say this? There's only one way I can describe that. Ho, use a hoe. Ho, use a hoe. I said that use a hoe. Damn. That's enough of that. How you been, Andre? It's been a while.
I moved back to the East Coast. I was on the West Coast for fucking almost 2 decades. I moved back to the East Coast, so I was getting used to the process of being back over here, etc. So,
you don't mind me asking how's your situation with your daughter?
Oh, it's good. I just ordered her food yesterday. It's like nothing has changed. It's just I'm not there in person. Is the only thing. I'm actually trying to get her down here for Canadian Thanksgiving, which is October. I think it's the 13th. I'm trying to get her down here for that.
Oh, you guys do it in October? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get her down here for that.
That man was actually the first Robin, not Dick Grayson.
Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So on the Britney Renner thing, like she's definitely way overpaid. And shout out to that guy's lawyer for getting that, because like even though like it's a lot of money that he's paying a month still, but in comparison to other athletes, like that's a decent amount.
Yeah, Lion. Most adults don't have $11,000 in their bank account.
Yeah, like even if you go back to like the whole like the high value man thing, like fucking over 100K a year, it's like she's making more than that, and she didn't do anything other than have a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mostly hopped up to ask you, like, you might have covered this already. If you have, I apologize, and you don't have to cover it again, obviously. It's just your thoughts on like what's going down with this Charlie Kirk thing.
Yeah, I covered it earlier. Evidently, they caught the guy that did it, allegedly, and we just have to see what happens. He's been linked to Nick Fluentes, the the wannabe racist.
Yeah, I know he is.
Trick. He ain't not much to me, but a little boy. But
Because what I was hearing, what I heard from like some of like the right wing content creators is that yes, he might have been on that side, but or at least raised that way. But what I'm hearing is that he made a shift, which I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, there's not enough information. I don't know if that's true or not, and I'm not going to speculate on that for right now. But I do know his parents were part of MAGA, which is interesting. But yeah, I'm not going to speculate on. I'm not really going to speculate on that.
Yeah, it's possible that they're just using the guy or whatever, but who knows? I don't know. Doesn't really matter in the scheme of things, really.
No, it doesn't. Let's go to the next section of the show. Let me show you some of my TikToks that I made this week. Oh, snap. All right. Let me see. Here we go.
And if I cut off my own family for playing with me, what makes you think that you're any different?
Yep.
And if I cut off...
There are too many disrespect with closed doors that apologies won't open.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful how you treat people you think you don't need. Shit, you better watch how you talk to people. You never know who you need later. Disrespect burn bridges that sorry can't rebuild. There's a lot of folks out here that don't forget that slick shit. Keep it real or keep it pushing. Treating people like shit? Cool. Just remember, the same ones you was looking down on might be the ones standing at the door you need open. And they don't owe you shit. You never know who God is going to use to bless you. So, when you shit on people, just know apologies might not hit the same when you down bad. Keep it G even if you ain't got to. Ain't nothing worse than needing help from somebody you disrespected. Keep it respectful, even with folks you think don't matter. Because once you show your true colors, some of us don't unsee that shit. So like I said, disrespect will close doors that apologies won't open. Be careful how you treat people you think you don't need. Disrespect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chris, you are not. Chris, you are not.
I think that's self-explanatory, but anyway. All right, let's go to my favorites. And we've already seen some of this, so I'm going to go into the AI section. So, yeah, we go through this this part of the show. We go through AI that I see on TikTok.
I'm actually hanging out with one of my friends right now. He's actually into tech, so just do you have something that I could ask him?
Do you promise to love, honor?
Yeah.
and obey
Just
your husband?
just
Obey? I
overall
ain't no
knowledge.
damn dog.
Well, I ain't marrying you then. Y'all better take this to the courthouse. Do you promise to love?
If you could tell your owner one thing, what would it be?
Stop leaving me home like I pay bills. Take me everywhere, bitch.
Oh, she said she's on the lease too. If you could tell your owner one thing, what would it be?
Quit farting in my face. I know your scent, nasty ass.
Ain't no way he exposed you like that on camera. If you could tell your owner one thing, what would it be?
Stop walking me outside. It's hot as hell out that door. I only want to go walking in the Chanel or Gucci store.
Say that.
If you could tell your owner one thing, what would it be?
Stop yelling at me like I am deaf. I hear you. I just do not give a damn.
If you could tell your owner one thing, what would it be?
Stop buying them cheap ass treats for me. I want some of that seafood boy you eating, not them little crunchy ass bones.
Oh, she said no broke snacks allowed. If you could tell your owner one thing, what would it be?
Stop introducing me like I'm a joke. Say Doc's son, bitch, not no damn weenie dog.
He said put some respect on his name.
If you could tell your owner one thing, what would it be?
Quit putting me in that big ass purse like I'm a wallet. I like to breathe sometimes, bitch.
Not her demanding air rights like a diva. Quit dressing me up in these tight ass outfits. I'm a dog, not your ugly ass baby doll. And don't forget,
damn,
this whole video fake anyway. Made it with flash loop.
If you could tell your owner one thing, what would it be?
Stop leaving me home like I pay bills. Take me everywhere, bitch.
How you feel when the mailman pull up?
Oh, that bitch better have some fast shoes on today because I feel like chasing some on God.
Oh shit, not the fast shoes. How you feel when the mailman pull up?
He touched that gate today. I'm calling Homeland Security, which is me, motherfucker.
Damn.
If an aggressive dog suddenly charges at you, you're
Describe. Men don't care about your degree or your money. They care about your femininity, cooperation, and peace.
Sure don't.
Send me a loyal and hardworking man!
I already sent you one, but you friend zoned him.
Damn.
Send me a loyal and hardworking man!
I already sent you one, but you friend zoned him.
That's messed up. That's really messed up. Let me look at my notes. Anything else on that I haven't covered yet? Yeah, I covered pretty much everything. We got one more video to show. Let's see. Let's go back here.
Yeah, AB. I posted it in the back chat, but yeah, my buddy here, I said he's in the tech, so I'm just wondering something I could ask to know if he's actually in the tech or not.
All right. I'm with a guy. Okay. Does he want to ask me something?
No, I just want to ask him.
Okay, ask him something.
No, I mentioned the whole that the whole Theo and the Gabe thing with the CompTIA and the certs and shit. Like I mentioned that, and you seem to know about that. Just something that you would know.
Okay, I wasn't a part of the conference this year, so.
No, I mean in general, because like that seems to, at least from what I've seen, just a common thing that's been going on for a while between them. Just
yeah,
it's just
they're going over AI and other stuff, and unfortunately, Josie's not up here. Give me a catch up earlier, but he's probably busy.
well, I'm not talking about like no drama shit. Just just something that you would know that somebody that's actually does this stuff would know, kind of thing is what I'm at.
Like what? There's so many areas I can go into, programming stuff like that. What area? Let's move on. Let's see what video. Yeah, this is the one. Winter is here, and unfortunately,
I see an iTech. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, not today. Winter's here, and unfortunately, some of these chicks, they start to lose their apartments.
He never received any money. That's the problem. Which I don't want to understand, but y'all want to put somebody out. He ain't received no money all year. It's not fair to him. He still have financial obligations.
So why did I miss paying my rent? Was it because I could not pay? No, access to housing is a human right. Making a profit is not a human right. I encourage
Lord, I wish I could tell my landlord, Dad. Good luck.
you to reevaluate whether your actions line up with your conscience. You have your money. May it turn to ashes in your mouth.
In this day and age, rent should not exist. We have a surplus of housing. Everyone deserves a house, and our government has the ability to give us that, and they won't. You need to be more angry. We have houses that are empty, but no, we have to worry about profiting off of it. Shut up.
Sheer hubris.
People act like rent is optional, like flossing. Except when you skip flossing,
Oh,
only your teeth get evicted. You skip your rent, and suddenly, all of your stuff is on the sidewalk. These tenants had the money to pay the rent, but they didn't. They believed that housing was a human right.
I know.
And they were shocked when the eviction notice showed up.
I will now read the email sent to my apartment people. I have zero regrets. Although I expect it was legally permissible, your decision to put a notice to vacate for non-payment of rent on my door on Friday was cruel and uncalled for. While it is true that I missed my rent for September by several days, it is also true that I have made dozens of rent payments on time while living in this same apartment.
Aww.
It is also true that you had multiple ways to contact me before threats were necessary and, I argue, before threats were conscionable. But gloom noodle, you might say, this is what happens when you don't pay your rent. If this is what happens to every person who makes a mistake once in 3 years, that is unacceptable. Access to housing is a human right. Making a profit is not a human right. So why did I miss paying my rent? Was it malicious? No, of course not. And there was no reason to think it would be. Was it because I could not pay? No, again, it was not because of that. And you would have known if you had asked me. It's because I was unwell and confused, and the first of the month fell on a holiday. When someone is unwell and checks her accounts to make sure there's money in
Oh, boy.
there, is surprised that the money was not deducted, but is in bed most of the day for several days and did make a mistake. Do you think it's right, not legal, but right, that the punishment for the crime of being confused and slightly late on rent should be threats of eviction? I run my own business. When a client fails to pay on time, I do not threaten to have their office torn down. I do not call 911. I ask for my money. After a day of being indoors, probably over 24 hours, I left my apartment Saturday night to find a letter taped to the door. Do you realize that is not considered proper procedure to post a tenant's full name on their door? For me, it was not a problem. I won't lie, but for some people, it can be a security issue. What if I were out of town and someone sees that I'm out of my apartment and decides to take advantage of that?
Oh, boy.
Again, it wasn't a problem, but it was a mistake on your part. I'd argue perhaps a similar level of mistake that I made, but I will not threaten you. I never have, never will, and never would threaten you or anyone else with home.
Okay, I got 25 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App, support the show. Hit the Super Chat, support the show.
Homelessness for making a mistake. You already punished me with the late fee. Whether or not that's fair, that seems to me a proportionate response, not a letter on my door saying, on Monday, you will no longer have a home. You gave me this notice, I assume, because it was permissible under the law and because it was considered company policy. Either you agree that it's okay to threaten to remove someone from their home for making a mistake once in over 3 years, or you were just following orders. I encourage you to reevaluate whether your actions line up with your conscience. You have your money. May it turn to ashes in your mouth.
Oh, my.
With great emotional turmoil that was 100% avoidable. Gloom Noodle apartment number. And just by the way, while I'm laughing in that video, I was not laughing when I wrote it, but you have to take joy in the places where you can.
In the time it took to write, read, and record this, she could have paid the rent. To the younger folks out there, if you are serious about trying not to get evicted and you want to write a letter that is going to make people feel sympathetic towards your cause, do not write it like that. Oh my gosh. This one's kind of rough because it's going to be hard for people to feel for her because she had the money. This isn't a case where somebody is struggling to pay the rent. She had the money. She just dropped the ball and was irresponsible. But when she brought the point about, okay, one time in 3 years, I was kind of seeing things from her point of view a bit. But then when she came out with that last bit, about maybe money turned to ashes in your mouth, I was like, oh, girl, you're out. You are out. If I'm the property manager and I'm reading that letter, nope, you just lost me right there. Honestly, you were losing me with the housing as a human right and all that nonsense, but I could have looked beyond that.
Hey, babe.
Telling my boyfriend I can't pay the rent.
K-Tone.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you about something, but I'm kind of nervous to talk to you about it.
What?
I don't think that I can pay next month's rent.
I'm sorry, wait, what did you just say?
Oh, I don't think I can pay next month's rent, but do you think that you could cover it for me?
Rent?
Yes.
Oh boy.
I don't even pay for your dinner.
Damn.
But babe.
As a matter of fact, I'm about to send you the Venmo request for our food that's on the way right now.
I thought that you could get that too.
Wait, what? Veronica, what are you talking about?
Babe, I just thought that you can pay rent. You know, we've been living together for 2.5 years and we split it all the time. So I just thought you could cover it this
Why
month.
are you calling me babe? Veronica, I am your roommate and I am gay. And
Oh,
we're
shit.
always splitting rent, and I cannot cover your rent.
Oh my God.
We both looking for men to pay our rent.
TikTok
The
trend.
trends are hanging out. The trend is torture. Not all trends are for everybody, okay?
I just want to do the trend with someone.
By the way, she's probably still fucking him, but anyway.
Absolutely not. We both single. And we looking for the same thing.
Lord, you're our friends.
I know, damn.
From a red flag to a multicolored flag real quick.
Hey, babe, I have something to tell you.
Okay.
I can't pay the rent this month.
Why not?
I just don't have the money for it.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just don't have the money. I think with all the Christmas shopping and everything, I didn't stick to our budget, I guess.
God. You just made the budget like last week, though.
That sounds like a personal problem to me.
I know, and I don't have the money for it. I don't know what to do.
Can you just do like overtime or something on the weekends?
You want me to work overtime on the weekends?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to go back to work.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Damn.
Are you serious? You want me to work overtime on the weekends?
After what happened, they said I couldn't come back, so it's not like I can just go back and start doing hours again. It's not that big of a deal. Just like grab some extra shifts on the weekends.
Oh my.
Beta!
What I woke up to today, I'm not paying rent this month. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh, look at that. Oh, everything is flooded. Girl, I think I'm with you. I don't think you should have to pay the rent for this either. Not this month anyway. This is so bad.
I'm getting irritated because like it's so weak, and then it's early in the morning. It's early in the morning. It's 10 something. It's snowing outside. It's cold. How would you feel if it was you? How do you think the homeowner feel? What are you? How would you feel if it was you? Okay then. How would you feel if it was you? How would you feel your mom? How would you feel your grandma? Get put out. Ain't like she can't pay money. He never received any money. That's the problem. But y'all don't want to understand, but y'all want to put somebody out. He ain't received no money all year. It's not fair to him. He still have financial obligations. Even though he don't receive any payments from y'all, he still is held liable by the bank to make payments. Even though he don't receive a payment from y'all, he still got to get paid. Okay, I understand that. We don't know nothing. So I get it, but it's not like y'all keep saying it's his obligation. I understand that, but we don't know nothing.
Y'all understand now why I'm SYSBN? Damn.
Nothing. You know you didn't pay the rent for a year. Like, what are you talking about?
That's what y'all not getting. Nothing has been received. The homeowner desperately wants his property back. Ain't nothing I can do. It's over with. Y'all can't do nothing. Put y'all clothes on and just come out. I'm sorry. Ain't nothing I can do. Everything is court ordered. The judge signed off on it. So ain't nothing I can do. I can't stop it. I can't do anything.
I can't believe it took a whole year to get these people out. We have to do better than this as Americans.
Do you have any funds to move? I'm not taking. Trust me, I'm not taking none of this out on you. All this right here was me. I had went to court on December the 3rd. I went to court. I went down there. I got Mr. Johnson said he'll put you in the house today if you got $2,800 today. That's why I asked, do you have any funds? I got funds, but I'm not gonna give him. Not him.
Mr. Johnson is a fool. He's going to take $2,800, and that'll be the only bit of money he gets for the next year. Don't let these people move into your house because they are not going to pay the rent.
This somebody totally different. I'm good. And I didn't sit up here and not live in this all these problems in here. Okay, well, please just somebody get my baby. I want if I had a problem in a property, I wouldn't stay inside of a property where I got a problem. I tried to beg Mr. Pye in the 15th apartment. I had to beg him. I'm good. I wouldn't stay somewhere where I ain't satisfied though. I wouldn't. Only reason why I stayed here because I didn't have no where else to go. Y'all act like y'all just so good at shoes. It's everything. No, this not personal. This is not personal. No, it's this business. This business. I don't know you. I don't know her. Listen here. You need to calm down. Listen, you know what? You're gonna make the situation a whole lot worse because I don't care.
She's your queen to be. Queen to be. Yeah. What boy?
And I want y'all to know this. I cannot believe they did not pay rent for a whole entire year. I was really feeling sorry for these people.
Yeah, that's insane.
I understand that you can fall behind and that times are hard and we all go through things.
Yeah.
But a whole year, you didn't pay anything, not a dime for the year. All of a sudden, you're like that sympathy that I had is just, it's like shrinking to nothing. I buy me a coffee link to buy Leroy a dog treat. Leroy, stop there. You're so cute. Oh, I love you. You guys steal the show. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of.
Yeah, a whole damn year. I mean, damn. You ain't paid your rent for a whole damn year, and you're wondering why you're getting kicked out. Oh boy. You can't make this shit up. Well, that's all I really have for you guys today. We're going to go on and shut this stream down since nobody wants to come up. I'd like to thank everybody that came through. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace. Yo, this is AB Media 83. You want to support the channel? Hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified next time I upload a live stream or video. And always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.